what I really do. DC gang, welcome back to the channel, my boys, my gangsters. As always, I hope you guys having a great day out there, gang. So with that being said, I got it on me hot and ready. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but it's probably yesterday. The video before this one, I showed you guys a little deck list, and I showed you guys a little combo on how to play the deck. I did miss out on one of the combos that I was supposed to show you with the Volcanics because I have the attention span of a goldfish, but you're probably gonna see it in this video anyways. So with that being said, I did make some changes from that deck list to this one. We were playing a lot of more hand traps, and I'm gonna tell you why I made the changes and why we ended up with this deck list right here. But before we get into all the shenanigans, just a quick reminder to please, if you guys enjoy the content, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe to the boy, because I would greatly appreciate it. We're getting close to that 2,000 mark, so please subscribe if you enjoy the content. Now for this one, it's nice and tight, 40 card deck list. I really like keeping this deck at 40 because it makes it more consistent. I just really like it at 40. So we were playing 2 effect wheelers in the last deck list, and then we were also playing 3 infinite impermanents in the last deck list. We did search out even the Arvada. I'm playing it at 2. So we're gonna play 1 effect veiler. Essentially with the other deck list, I was joining to too many hand traps. So going second is good, but if you go second, stop your opponent, then you keep drawing hand traps and all you have is hand traps, you're not playing the game, and you don't want to do that. So that's why I'm playing 1 effect veiler. If you want to bump it up to 2, do so. This is the ratios that work best for me in terms of consistency for both going first and second. So 1 effect veiler, then we're gonna play the boy, the legendary Fire King Ponix. I like the artwork in every card in this engine. I'm telling you, bro, it's tough. So we're playing 3 of those, mainly because this is your spell and trap searcher. If you are playing traps, we don't play traps because the traps for this engine are dookie. So we're only gonna play it to search out the spells. The level 1 card combo. Then we're gonna play Maxi for Maxi reasons. I did go over the deck list yesterday in depth, so we're gonna go over this one very quickly. So 3 Maxi for Maxi reasons. Ash Blossom at 3 to negate some shenanigans. It's also a fire monster. Sometimes with your Volcanics, you want to pop a fire monster. You could always just pop the Ash if you don't have another one. So you get multiple benefits from it. Then we're gonna play 1 Fire King Avatar Barong. I never felt like I needed to play 2 of it. 1 is fine, so I bumped it down to 1 to keep the deck list at 40, but most people might want to play it at 2. If you want to play it at 2, I think this card is definitely fine at 1. Then we're gonna play 2 Fire King Arvada. Arvada is basically your monster negate. A lot of people want to probably play this at 3. I play it at 2 because when I was playing the deck like this, I never needed more than 2. Sometimes I break on it. For example, if you open up Kirin and you open up Arvada, because you're playing 3, 3, and 3, that might happen. That is the worst combination that you could open up with, because it doesn't allow you to do anything. Because you're gonna activate Kirin, pop Arvada, it doesn't do anything. You normal summon Arvada, you pop her, you special summon Kirin, you don't do anything. So that's why I bumped it down to 2. For consistency reasons, less breakiness. So we're playing her at 2. She's also your monster negate, like I said. Then we're gonna play 3 Fire King Contier Volcanics. And it's also a this one is a 1.5 card combo. And the combo that I was telling you about that I didn't show you yesterday is that you normal summon this, you pop a fire monster, you search your Ponix special summons. That way you get both of your spells, and then you get to do your combo from there. So she's really good. We play her at 3. Also, you play her partner at 1 because she special summons this thing every time she gets popped, and this thing is saucy. I recommend playing it in your deck because of what it does. And but it's a UR, so it could be a little expensive. You don't need it, but I recommend playing it. Then we're gonna play 1 Diablo Star for the small Diablo Star package that we're playing. I mainly like this package because it does bait out shenanigans. People think you're playing Snake Eyes, they might even scoop off of that. That's 1. 2 is the fact that sometimes you might want a card in the graveyard. So for example, if you already have Garunix in the hand, and let's say you open up your Black Wish, you activate Black Wish, send Arvada to the graveyard. If you can manage to pop a fire monster on the field, which you probably will, you can activate your Garunix and then special summon Arvada and have a monster negate right there and then. So it's a lot of good synergy that can happen off of the Diablo Star. But I also just like the fact, like I said, we bait out negates, and then we can also draw a card off of the Wanted if we start with the Wanted. So that's why we play the Diablo Star. Then again, we're gonna play the Fire King High Arvada Garunix, which you're gonna special summon where it kind of gets popped. 2 Sacred Fire King Garunix. You could play this at 3. Honestly speaking, this 2 or 3 is not bad. 2 or 3 is not bad because, I mean, you kind of can brick on it because you still have to pop a card in order to bring this out from the hand of the graveyard. So I prefer it at 2. You can get away with 1 if you're on a budget. Honestly speaking, you can. It's just if it gets cold by the grave or something, then you're in trouble. But 2 is fine. Then we're going to play 3 Keyring. Tough. This is the best card, and if the engine will get limited, this will be the card that they hit, which I hope it doesn't. I hope Snake Eyes doesn't. This deck has its own identity, by the way, outside of Snake Eyes. It plays really well by itself without any Snake Eyes shenanigans. Just so you know, we are gonna try the Snake Eyes variant, but I don't want them hitting this deck because of Snake Eyes, because this deck plays well by itself. So you're gonna play 3 of these. This thing allows you to dodge infinite impermanence. It's gonna allow you, if you pop it from the deck with your Garunix, special summon a monster, then you get to pop a card on the field. This card does a lot for the deck. Then we're gonna play 1 Nibiru. To cross it out, we could cross it out if we want to, also to use it for going second. Again, we're keeping the deck list at 40. And then we're gonna play 1 Harpy D Feather Duster because you're the janitor now. Wipe out the back row. This thing will allow you, Harpy's Feather Duster has been the MVP card for a lot of my deck lists recently because of all of the back row shenanigans that's been going on. So I'm going to try and run it as much as I can. So we're going to run 1 copy of it. Then we're going to run 1 triple tactic talent because I'm talented like that. You know, draw 2, look at your opponent's hand, or take over a monster. You know how that goes. Then we're gonna play 1 Subversion because we are playing the Diablo Star package. Whenever I play the Diablo Star package, I have to play Subversion because it's too good not to play. Especially if you're playing against, like, you know, Chaos Angel or monsters that are unaffected by monster effect, but they can be pushed back to the back row. Subversion is just really good for going second. It's one of the reasons why Snake Eyes doesn't really mind going second all that much, because you're either gonna bait out and negate because you don't want them activating this or getting this, or you're gonna have to negate this before your monster gets put in the back row. So then we're gonna play 1 Original Sin for Spoils because you always come back for seconds. Basically, yeah, you get to draw the card for the wanted, you activate this, you send the adversary to the graveyard, you special summon your opponent, you do your combo from there. That's just the Diablo Star combo. Then we're gonna play 2 Fire King Islands because that's where you live. That's your home now, bro. Now listen, I'm playing it at 2 and then I'm playing the Sanctuary at 2. You could definitely get away with them at 1 each. Now the crazy thing is that you might be thinking that's crazy. It's not, and it is. It's not, because a lot of the time, if your opponent doesn't get to pop these, then you're golden. And then if they do try to pop your field spell, which is the main one you care about, because once this gets popped, it just means you can't exceed summon and wipe the board, but you still have a bunch of disruption besides this. You don't even always go into this. I like going into it, but you don't always have to. So you can play this at 1 each, but I recommend playing them at 2, just for the sake of if they get rid of them, if your board gets destroyed, you can start over again. So again, Fire King Island at 2. This thing is nuts. It allows you to special summon a Fire King monster if you don't have a monster on the field, and it also allows you to pop a card itself. One of the best field spells in my opinion. Then we're gonna play 2 Fire King Sanctuary. Again, this thing is tough. It's gonna search you out your field spell. You're gonna set down your field spell and start your combo from there. During your opponent's turn, if you have 2 level 8s on the field, if they special summon, this activates, you exceed summon, and you Raigeki the board. That's how that works. And then if they actually try to pop your field spell, then you activate this and pop a fire monster instead, which is insane. So then we're gonna run 1 Circle of the Fire King. Please play at least 1 copy of this in your deck. It's too good not to play. It's too good. There was one game where I legitimately exchanged my Ponex for my princess. So my princess was in the graveyard. I popped the Ponex with this thing, special summon the princess, activate the princess, brought back the Garunix. So this thing is tough. Then we're gonna play 2 Call by the Grave for Call by the Grave reason, cross out designated, 1 Wanted for your Diablo Star, 1 Fire King Skyburn. Please play 1 copy of this at least in your deck. It's really good, especially going second, or for just follow up after you made your first, well, it'll be your 3rd turn. It's really good for breaking back row and stuff like that. Then we're gonna play 2 Infinite Impermanence. Again, I was playing it at 3. I'm fine with it at 2. 3 is a little too much. I kept drawing to multiple copies, which is good, but again, you rather open your engine than hand trap sometimes. This is the ratio that works best for me. So then we're gonna play 1 Coach King Giant Trainer because of the little combo I showed you yesterday. This thing is tough. This thing is just stuff. I like playing it in the deck. It's my personal preference. You could get rid of it though. You don't need it 100%. You don't go into it a lot, honestly, either. So it's up to you. But I like it because you get to get 3 level 8s in the field, which you could do pretty easy sometimes in the deck. And then you get to draw +3. +3, and it's a fire monster that you get to pop. If your Garunix is in the graveyard, then you get to start doing shenanigans off of that. It's crazy. Then we're gonna play one Garunix Eternity Hyang. This is your Raigeki, 2 level 8s Raigeki. By the way, there's a little interaction that I might show you one of the replays. I'm not sure, but you could pop it with your field spell and you'll be good. Or you could activate this thing, try and pop your field spell, then activate your sanctuary and pop this instead of your field spell, and then special summon up to the number of materials that you had, which if Garunix is in the graveyard, then you get to special summon more shenanigans. So a lot of different synergy with the deck. Then we're gonna play one Link Karibo, one Nightmare Phoenix, one Haida the Fire Charmer, one IP Mascarenita, one SP the Little Knight, one Nightmare Unicorn, because I like Nightmare Unicorn. And we're playing Access Code Talker, so I like the Link 3 to the Link 4 climb. I don't want to take this out of my deck. Then we're gonna play Promethean D Princess, one Amphibious Swampship Ambler Whale, one Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, one Access Code Talker, one World Vaylantz. I wasn't playing this, but there was a game when I couldn't OTK, and I figured that I could have done it if I did have this shenanigans right here. So I decided to add it because some of you would probably like to see it, because it makes it easier to OTK sometimes as well. So we're gonna play the Vaylantz, we're gonna play the Raging Phoenix, and you're probably wondering, Raging Phoenix and the Whale, yeah, it just allows you to go into different variations of combos, which I like personally. But you could get rid of this or get rid of the Whale, it depends on what you want, and you know, change it for something else. And then for the last card is the Blanquita, aka Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, the White Woman as you guys call her, which is, I'm gonna say it is always hilarious to me. So that is the deck list. Enough with the yapping, let's get into the replays. Alright familia, here we are for replay numero uno, number 1 of the day. Now I have 10 saucy replays for you guys, and they're all kind of crazy. This is a 5-turn duel against Tearlaments, and I did make a few mistakes here, but I'm gonna tell you how we fixed them. So we're gonna normal summon the Okanex, activate its effect. They're gonna hit us with Maxi. Now my plan was to activate Okanex, pop a fire monster, aka the Ash. I didn't want to pop the Kirin because I wanted to keep it in the hand, but they just forced out the Ash with the Maxi, so I have to do it, right? Now this is the combo that I was telling you I didn't get to show you yesterday. You activate this, you pop a fire monster, you get the opponent special summons, and then you do your combo from there. But it is what it is. We're gonna activate the Ash, negate the Roach, because we're going to special summon a decent amount of time here. So we gotta stop that. So here we're gonna pop the Kirin, get the Ponex, and this is one of the, it's not a mistake, but it's just you don't need to do this. I activated the Fire King's effect to special summon the Ponex when the Ponex was gonna special summon itself anyways. So get the Ponex out here, get ourselves the Sanctuary, set the Sanctuary, activate the Sanctuary to set our field spell. Field spell is gonna pop the Okanex, get ourselves the Garunix. Okanex is gonna activate, Garunix is gonna activate because a fire monster was popped. You special summon Garunix, and Okanex, when she's popped, she gets to special summon a Fire King High Avatar Garunix, right? So we're gonna bring it out here, activate Garunix effect. We're gonna pop the Arvada. Now, this is definitely fine because we pop the Arvada. We're gonna get another fire monster, well, one of our Fire King monsters onto the field. We're gonna bring the Okanex out here. Use the Ponex to link off into a Link 1, the Link Karibo. Then we're gonna use both the one of the Garunix and the Okanex to link off into the IP Mascarenita. We're gonna use the IP Mascarena and the Link 1 Link Karibo to go into the Promethean Princess. That's my royalty. Activate the Promethean Princess, get your monster negate onto the field. Use the Garunix and the Promethean Princess to link off into the Ambler Whale. Now, this is one of the a really good board, and this is one of the goofy things that I did. I forgot to set down my Fire King Skyburn. I completely forgot about it, which in order to start doing your shenanigans, all you need to do is pop a fire monster from the field in the hand and then you're golden. I should have definitely said this, but I forgot about it like I said. So here they're going to draw a card. They're going to start off by activating Reinforcement of the Army to get the Rhino Heart to the hand. They're going to activate the Foolish Bear of Good, sending, you know, the Tree of Karma to the graveyard to activate its effect. Searching out their field spell. Yes, sir. So here they're going to activate the field spell getting themselves the Sharon. They were basically baiting out the Ashe with the reinforcement of the army. They're going to activate the Sharon. I'm going to activate my Arvada, which starts a bunch of shenanigans. So here we're going to negate the Sharon, pop the Whale, and here we are. Activate the Garunix, activate the Whale. The Whale is going to special summon the IP onto the field because it was destroyed. Bring it out here. Garuna gets a special summon onto the field as well. You're going to activate Garunix, and this is goofy mistake number 2. I popped the Arvada, which is not necessarily a mistake. It's a mistake because of the deck that I'm playing against. I should have popped the Kirin, so that way I could have got rid of the field spell. I just wasn't thinking about it because I wasn't worried about the field spell at all at this point in time, but I should have been. Activate the Arvada, special summon the Kirin. They're going to activate the M-City here, sending one of the Shufflers to the graveyard to get themselves the King Sarcophagus to the hand. They're going to activate the King Sarcophagus, and here, because I already used the Arvada to negate a monster, it's kind of useless on the field. So we're going to use it as link material with the IP to link summon into the SP, the Little Knight, aka Stuart Little. Bring it out here. We're going to immediately activate the effect to banish the King Sarcophagus, so then they don't get to do horror shenanigans. They're going to normal summon the Rhino Heart, activate the Rhino Heart, and here I decided to activate the Little Knight and get the Rhino Heart out of here. Now I already knew they have the Sharon in the graveyard, so they're going to send a a Sharon in the hand. They're going to send a Havnet to the graveyard, so they're going to get to fusion summon regardless. But I wanted to do this just in case I wanted to Raigeki the board. We don't lose the Little Knight, right? So get them both out of here. They're going to send the Havness to the graveyard using the Havness and the Sharon from the hand to fusion summon into the Kid Kalos. And this is why I should have popped the Kirin instead of the Arvada, because now the field spell gets to pop off. They're going to activate the Kid Kalos, pop in my back row. So I'm going to activate my Fire King Sanctuary before it gets popped, right? Now we can't protect it from being popped. We can only protect our field spell from being popped. So it is what it is. We're going to Exceed summon into our Haiyang of the Fire Kings right here. So tough. Animation is tough. So we're going to lose the Sanctuary, which is fine. They're going to send the Sharon to the graveyard, activating the Sharon using the Sharon and the Kid Kalos to fusion summon into the Root Kalos. So here they're going to battle phase, and I'm perfectly fine with that because we're going to activate the Haiyang. Of course they get to negate it though, so we don't get to do anything at all, which is fine. It's fine. So here they go main phase 2 and end their turn, right? SP gets to come back, the Rhino Heart gets to come back. Here we're going to join to a Ponex. We're going to activate the field spell, pop the Nibiru because Nibiru is useless. It's not useless, but it's not that great against Tearlaments. So that way we could get a Kirin to the hand. We're going to activate the Kirin's effect, pop the Ponex. And if you're wondering what the heck is he doing, I was honestly trying to bait out the Root Kalos before I started doing a bunch of shenanigans, but we had to play the game like this, right? Because we pop the Fire Monster, we activate the Garunix, they're going to activate the Root Kalos, so I don't special summon Garunix. So here we're going to activate the SP Little Knight and get the Rhino Heart out of here, because I don't want them sending Rhino Heart to the graveyard and start doing shenanigans. So we're going to do it like this, right? Then we're going to activate the Fire King Burn, so I can pop the Kirin and pop the Root Kalos here. Pop him, get him out of here. Again, SP Little Knight and the Rhino Heart leave the field. Now we get to activate the Kirin. They get to activate the Root Kalo, which is perfectly fine with us. And then they activate one of the Shufflers, right? So they're going to shuffle 3 of our cards back to the deck, which is the Garunix, the Ponex, and the Avatar Garunix. Send them back into the deck, which I'm not necessarily too worried about. Again, she gets to come back, but we get to pop her by the effect of the Kirin anyways. Get her out of here, which was the plan the whole time. Activate our partners. We're going to get ourselves the Circle of the Fire King. Activate its effect, and this is what I was telling you about. This is why you play this card. You pop your Ponex, and then you special summon the Princess, because you can special summon any fire monster from your graveyard. Activate the Princess. Bring the Arvada back onto the field. We're going to slap him up for 2700, slap him up for the 1800, and we're going to end our turn. Again, SP Little Knight gets to come back, and the Rhino gets to come back. Now, the reason why I left the field like this is because now we have a monster in the gate, and if I pop the Princess, we could do shenanigans. So here, because we did pop the Ponex, it's going to come back to the hand during the standby phase. They're going to activate the Sharon once again. I'm going to activate the Arvada here, and we're going to pop the Princess, of course. We could pop the Ponex, but we get benefits from the Princess. Pop the Princess. Because the princess was popped, we get to banish the Umbral Whale. Get the field spell out of here, but we're also going to special summon the Ponex because a fire monster was popped. Yeah, get the field spell out of here. We learned our lesson. Activate the Ponex, get ourselves the other copy of the Sanctuary. They're going to activate the Foolish Bear of Goods, sending another Shuffler to the graveyard. They're going to normal summon the Sharon, use the Sharon and the Rhino Heart to exceed summon into the Time Thief Redoer, which, if I'm not mistaken, the Sharon hasn't activated to fusion summon. So if he activates this effect, they get a fusion summon off of it. So this is what we did, right? We're going to activate the princess. We're going to try and pop the Ponex so we could pop the Time Thief Redoer before they activate this effect. So that's going to force them to activate the effect. And by doing so, I get to activate the SP Little Knight and banish both of them out of here, which means they're going to activate the Shuffler, which is fine. Here they decided to shuffle, was it only 2 cards? The prince, okay, so they decided to get the Rukalos, the princess, and the field spell back into the deck, which doesn't negate the Promethean princess effect, which is fine. Get us out of here, so that way the Sharon doesn't get to activate. Promethean princess pop the Ponex, and we end our turn, right? So here the Time Thief Redoer gets to come back, the SP Little Knight gets to come back. We activate the Ponex because it was popped, it gets to come back. They're going to activate the Time Thief Redoer, and again we have a fire monster in the hand that we can pop to negate its effect, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. Negate that, pop the Ponex, and now we get to play the game. Activating the field spell, pop the Arvada, get ourselves the Garunex. Arvada is going to activate, special summon the Kirin, activate Garunex to special summon on the field because a fire monster was popped. Bring it out here. Again, Arvada, bring the Kirin out here. We're going to activate Garunex. We're going to pop another Kirin, activated Kirin to special summon the... You can special summon this back, by the way. Now, it doesn't have any effects, but it's really cool that you get to do that. And because we pop the Kirin, we pop a card on the field. That's well more than just lethal damage right there. So it was a really good duel with a lot of back and forth. I did make a few mistakes, but, you know, at least you get to learn from and with me. It's just, I was being stupid. It was like 3 in the morning, bro. So, with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright, gang, here we are for replay numero 2, number 2 of the day. And we're going second against Snake Eyes Fire King, Snake Eyes, whatever you want to call it. Here they're going to get rid of a card to special summon the Diavastar, activating Diavastar's effect, so they could set the original Sinful Spoils, because they always come back for seconds. Activate the Spoil. I'm going to throw the Maxi so we could try and draw some cards. He has the Raid on him, aka Ash Blossom. He's feeling joyous, so he's going to negate our Maxi here, which is unfortunate, but we're still not too worried because we still have the Rock Dwayne Johnson in the hand. They're going to special summon the Ash, activate the Ash to search out the Ponex. They have a normal summon yet, so they're going to normal summon the Ponex, activate the Ponex, getting us the Sanctuary. Set down the Sanctuary to get the Field Spell. Field Spell is going to pop the Ponex. Yup. So that way they could get the Garunex. That just means Garunex gets to special summon itself onto the field. They get to pop a card, which will be the Arvada. They're going to pop the Arvada. Arvada is going to activate, special summon the Ponex back onto the field. Activate the Ash. And they send the Sanctuary. It's not a DC video without sirens in the back. So yeah, they send the Sanctuary to the graveyard, which I wasn't confused about because they could still exceed summon, but I guess they don't want to wipe out the whole board, which makes sense. So they're going to special summon the Flamebird, use the Flamebird and the Ponex to link up into the IP Mascarenita. And this is my #1 rule playing against any Snake Eyes variant. And if I have Nibiru, if they don't have Flamebird in the back row, or the moment they get rid of the Flamebird in the back row, I Nibiru, throw a rock at them. The Rock Dwayne Johnson, do you smell what the rock is cooking? Give him a token, set down your back row and end your turn, right? So here we're going to join to an Infinite Impermanence. I'm going to normal summon the Ponex. They do have the Infinite Impermanence. Now here, the main thing is, I don't have, this is a quick play spell, but I don't have a fire monster in the graveyard that I can trade. If we did, we could have activated this now and dodged the Infinite Impermanence, but we can't do that, so I have to take this because we don't have the Kirin either. So it's fine. They're going to negate the Ponex here. Now I'm forced to use the Ponex and the Nibiru to link off into Hita the Fire Charmer. And unfortunately for them, we're kind of like in a mirror match. So I get to take your Garunex, which means I get to activate Garunex's effect. We're going to pop the Kirin, activate the Kirin, special summon the Baron from the hand, right, with the effect of the Kirin. Then I get to activate the Circle of the Fire King, pop the Baron here. and I'm gonna trade it for the keyring, and that's way more than lethal damage right here. He's not even gonna let me slap him in the face. This deck is really fun, bro. This deck is really fun. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Yes, sir. Here we are for replay number 3. Number 3 of the day, and we're going second against Vaylantz. I think it's Vaylantz. Yeah, they're gonna activate the Baron in the back, activate its effect to special summon it. Then they're gonna normal summon the Celestial Magician. Now, I didn't read all of this. I mainly read the things that had points, which it was this one. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects. I read that and I was like, this thing needs to be stopped. I don't know anything else about it because I don't understand Pendulum. So we just negated that. I don't really know what I negated, but we did it. Then they're gonna use both of these monsters right here to link off into the Electromite, bring it out here. I know for a fact that this has to be negated, and luckily for us, we do have the Effect Veiler, which is really beneficial to us because we negate both of its effects and not just one, right? So stop that thing right there, get it out of here. Well, it's still in the field, but here they activated the Vaylantz field spell to set down the other copy of the field spell. And either way, they set this down, which I was confused about because I'm like, why would you do this now? Unless there's some Vaylantz shenanigans that I don't know about. But it was just kind of weird because now we get to get rid of it. We get to normal summon the opponents, activate the opponent's effect, getting myself the Sanctuary, set them the Sanctuary so we could activate it, get their field spell out of here so I could set down mine, activate the island, pop the Volcanics, getting ourselves the Garunix, activating Volcanics, and they maxi. The good thing about this deck is that if they maxi you here, you don't get to give them a +1 with the Garunix, because Garunix activates after the maxi, which is really nice. And then we also have the Keyring, so we get to get 2 bodies on the field before we get to give them cards off of the maxi. So pop the Ponix here, special summon the Keyring, special summon Garunix, and Volcanics was already activated, so we have to give them a +1 because we have to special summon the Avatar Garunix. We're going to activate Garunix effect, pop the Keyring, activate the Keyring, special summon the Volcanics back onto the field so we could pop the Electromite, get it out of here. They're gonna draw a card. I'm gonna activate the Volcanics, and I'm guessing they just drew into the Nibiru, so it's not times for us. We don't even get to pop a fire monster because that's what I was supposed to do with the Volcanics here. He wipes out the whole board and we don't get to do anything. So here we're going to activate the opponent. It gets to come back to the hand because it was popped during the standby phase. They're going to activate the Hojo here, which is going to special summon itself onto the field. They're going to use the Nibiru and the Hojo to link off into the Beyond the Pendulum. His whole deck is beyond me. So they're going to activate that thing's effect. They're going to search out a Witch. They're going to set down the Nominator in the back. And then they're going to set down the Witch in the back, which are both negated, but it doesn't matter because they get to Pendulum Summon anyways. And here they get how many bodies? 1, 2, and then they activate this, pop 2 cards on the field, activate the Celestial, special summon 1, and I'm like, yeah, I have a rock too, bro. I have a rock too. I know Dwayne Johnson. So we're gonna wipe out the whole board. Nibiru on Nibiru Vaylantz over here. You throw rocks at me, I throw rocks at you. So here we're gonna join to the Arvada. So we're gonna pop the Ponix with our field spell, getting ourselves the Barong to the hand. That's gonna trigger the Garunix. Garunix gonna get to special summon, activate Garunix effect. We're gonna pop the Keyring. Keyring gets to activate, special summon the Garunix Avatar back onto the field, and yeah, that's a bunch of damage. So a lot of Nibiru and Nibiru Vaylantz in this duel, but it was really entertaining, really good back and forth. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Familia. So listen, this is replay numero 4, and I decided to show you this one because it was a little crazy, but also this shows you what to do on the evenly match. We got evenly matched, but it's fine. And I also did the combo way differently with the field spell because, like I told you, the field spell is a 1.5 card combo by itself. So we're gonna activate the islands. With the islands, we're gonna pop the Garunix, get it out of here. That way I can search out my Ponix. Ponix gets a special summon because the fire monster was popped. Activate Ponix effect, get yourself the Sanctuary because we're gonna need that. Activate the Sanctuary, we're gonna switch it, and I did this on purpose because by switching the field spell gonna pop the Ponix, they're gonna trigger Garunix, special summon Garunix back onto the field, activate Garunix effect. We're gonna pop the Volcanics from the deck to special summon an Avatar, normal summon the Barong, use the Barong and the Avatar to link off into the IP Mascarenita. We could have done a lot of different things here, but this is what I chose to go with. We're going to activate, well, use the IP and the Garuna to link off into the Promethean Princess. That's my royalty. Activate the Promethean Princess, bring back the Avatar, just a fire monster. That's what we did. And then we're going to go into the Swamp Ship, Umblo, the Whale, bring it out here. We're gonna set our back row and our turn. Now the main reason why I did all of that is just to keep the Kirin in the hand. I really wanted to keep it in the hand because as long as you have a way to pop your fire monster, you're golden, you're good. So here the opponent gets to come back to the hand anyways because we popped it. And they go battle phase evenly match. Now with evenly match, with the specific board that we have, you have multiple choices, right? So you could either get rid of everything and leave the Sanctuary onto the field because you have the Kirin, you could pop the Ponex, and then you could Raigeki the board because you're going to have 2 level 8s if you keep this. Or you could just get rid of your whole entire back row and leave the Whale, which just gives you the IP. That's the only difference. Because if you banish the Whale, then you don't get IP, right? So we're going to banish the whole entire back row. And then they're going to Kaiju the Whale anyways, which is insane. But again, luckily for us, we still have a fire monster that we could pop with the Kirin. So here they're going to activate the King Sarcophagus. Of course, I'm going to activate the Kirin here, which we're going to pop the Ponex. Get the Ponex out of here, special summon the Kirin. Activate the Garunex in the graveyard, special summon Garunex. Activate Garunex effect. We're going to pop a Kirin in the graveyard so we could special summon the Avatar onto the field. And that's going to trigger to pop the King Sarcophagus. Get that thing out of here. They're going to set 3 back for end of turn because they're playing that weird Horus stun shenanigans. So we're going to get the Ponex to the hand. And again, I'm going to normal summon. We have lethal damage. all of these back rows are just useless shenanigans. So that's what you do under the evenly match. You either leave the Whale on the field or you leave the Sanctuary. Now, if you leave the Sanctuary on the field, you have to make sure that with the Kirin, you have another fire monster you can pop. Because if you don't, then you're gonna get clapped. So just make sure that you do it that way. Now, if you want the IP, then you just leave the Whale, pop the Whale, you get the IP, and you get the whole board shenanigans going on. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Right, gang, here we are for replay numero 5, 5, one of those. So here we open up a really decent hand. We're going to activate the Sanctuary here, setting down a field spell, activate the field spell. We're going to pop the Okanis, getting ourselves the Ponex here. Okanis is going to activate to special summon the Avatar. We pop the Fire Monster, Ponex gets to special summon. Get the Ponex out here. Okanis, special summon the Avatar, activate the Ponex. It's going to get negated, which is extremely fine because we already have the cards that we will search. I was honestly just gonna search the Sky of the Fire King or something like that, so we're fine with. Wait, what? Why did I decide to pop it and dodge it? Do I need to spell that bad? Alright, so we pop the Ponex. We're gonna get the Kirin onto the field. Okay, I won the Fire King. I must have cooked something. Okay, I did cook. We're gonna pop the Kirin, special summon the Okanex, activate the Kirin, activate the Okanex here. I remember what I did now. You're gonna see why I did this. So we're gonna pop the Ash from the hand, getting ourselves the Garunex to the hand, making this a level 8. We're gonna special summon the Ponex, activate Okanex here, so we can, Okanex, activate Garunex to special summon it. We're gonna pop the Arvada. Arvada gets to activate. We're gonna special summon the Kirin onto the field. That's 3 level 8s. I remember what I was doing now. We're gonna go into the Giant Trainer. And this is just nuts. Activate the Giant Trainer, get rid of 1, draw 1, get rid of another one, draw 2, get rid of another one, draw 3. Unfortunately, we're not hitting monsters. There we go. We hit opponents, so we get to burn for 800. And then we're gonna use both of these monsters to link off into the Sunlight Wolf. We chefed it up crazy. And then we're gonna link off the Ponex into the Link Karibo, so that way we get to recycle a fire monster with the Sunlight Wolf. So we're gonna get the Kirin to the hand, and then these are 2 Silverous monsters with different attributes. So we're gonna go into the Heat Soul, activate the Heat Soul effect, pay 1,000. So we just went +4. We just drew +4 and did a whole combo. Now here I decided to leave the board like this, but to let you know, we could have done different things. We could have used the Arvada here and the Heat Soul to link off into Promethean Princess, activate the, well no, I'm actually lying to you, Princess is a 3. Never mind, we could have linked to the Whale. We could have went to the Whale is what I should have said. But either way, it's fine because we get to draw another card with the Heat Soul. I decided to leave it like this. So we're gonna pay 1,000, draw another card, we draw into Effect Veiler. Bro, we did full combo and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in the hand, Pearly at home. So here they're gonna activate the Dragon Shine, sending a dragon monster to the graveyard. They're gonna activate its effect. I'm gonna negate it with the Arvada. They're gonna call by the grave my Arvada in the graveyard, which is also fine with us. It is what it is. We just low stutter and negate, nothing crazy. Also, if she gets popped, we can activate her effect, but we're not too worried about it. They're gonna special summon the Supreme King Dragon, activating the Supreme King. I'm gonna Effect Veiler that, stop it right there. They're gonna activate the Wings of Light here. I'm going to activate the Kirin because I'm not sure exactly what they'll do, but I know that I might have to pop a card. So we're going to pop the Ponix from the hand, especially summon the Kirin. They're going to get the Supreme King Gate in the hand. Again, Effect Veiler gets to negate the Supreme King Gate. The Supreme King Dragon. And then we activate the Garunix because a card was popped. Special summon it, activate Garunix. Pop another Kirin, activate the Kirin, special summon the Avatar, pop the card on the field. They get to activate the gate, gates get to activate, pop itself, set the other gates in the back. I don't know what the shenanigans is. They're gonna special summon a monster, get themselves the Supreme King Dragon to the hand, normal summon that, activate its effect, getting the other Supreme King card that was in the Pendulum extra deck zone back to the hand. And then they're gonna use both of these to go into the Beyond the Pendulum. Bring it out here. They're gonna activate the Beyond the Pendulum, getting themselves a Iris Magician to the hand. They get to put that back here, which means they get to Pendulum Summon. So right here they bring a few bodies, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is insane. They get to bring 4 bodies on the field. So they get to activate the Harmonizing Magician, then they're going to activate the Beyond the Pendulum second effect to pop 2 cards on the field, and I'm like, okay, yeah, congratulations. So now we get to protect the field spell, and then I get to activate the Sanctuary. We have 2 level 8s on the field. Bring it out here. We get to Exceed Summon into a Hayang of the Fire King, which means the whole entire board gets to get wiped out. And we get to protect our field spell. Again, he doesn't even let it happen. He doesn't even let it happen, bro. He doesn't even let it happen. It was gonna be a complete nuke, just the effect that it does. That would have been so tough to see, but yeah, they just scooped on it. They just scooped on it. And we don't mind getting our cards popped because, again, we keep the Hayang on the field. We still have our field spell on the field. So we could pop the Hayang if we want to start a combo next turn. And then the Avatar gets to come back on the field and pop the Hayang, which means Hayang gonna special summon a monster. Garuna gonna get to special. It was GG's. The moment that board gets wiped is GG. So with that being said, let's go into the next replay. Alright gang, so here we are back at the decklist portion of the video. I decided to end the video here because I didn't realize what time it was and I have to go to work. So, but you got enough replays, you got the gist of it, you understand how the deck plays now. You saw a lot of the different interaction that the deck has within itself, which is really cool. I really like that this deck, I thought this deck was going to be like, it doesn't engine you splash on Snake Eyes, it doesn't really work that well by itself. This engine, this deck works amazing by itself. I really like it. It can stop. It can get stopped very easily sometimes, depending on what type of board you make and how you end up with the interruptions. In that sense, it is not that better than Snake Eyes. But we are gonna try the Snake Eyes variant to see the difference. But by itself, the deck is nuts. I like playing it. I really do. So any comment, questions, and concerns in the comment section below. I try to always reply. Continue having a great day, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.